What's up, guys? It's Josh here, back with another Kansas City Chiefs related video. I thought I was only going to make one video today, and that was my left tackle video. Please watch it if you haven't already. But anyways, some news came out, and that was that the Chiefs are bringing back wide receiver Demarcus Robinson. And I have a few thoughts about this move. So number one, it's funny because I tweeted the other day. That who was? I think it was Matt Verderam from Fanside. I think he tweeted out like the 5 or 6 best wide receiver free agents still left, and Demarcus Robinson was still on there. But Sammy Watkins was on there, Antonio Brown was on there, Alan Lazard, a couple other names like that, something like that. And I quote tweeted it, and I was like, take a whopping guess at which one of these wide receivers Veach is probably going to bring back. And I was insinuating that it would be Robinson, because quite frankly, I'm sick of Demarcus Robinson. And what do you know? They bring back Demarcus Robinson. Robinson, I've always kind of liked him as a solid depth receiver, but and I'll get into why I the signing kind of scares me a little bit even more in a second. But I first want to say that Robinson, I kind of became done with him this year after some of his just awful decision making, like where they would kick the ball off to him, like that one Saints game, or they put him on return duties, and he ran backwards and then fumbled the ball and almost gave the Saints a touchdown. That was awful. And then the Raiders game, he ran backwards about 3 times, and then there was one time he stopped running his route and the ball got picked off because he was not there, because he quit running his route. I hate when players do that. But Robinson, he'll have his moments still. And, as far as being a 3rd or 4th receiver, he's fine. But here's the reason that bringing him back kind of scares me. So, people think I'm very, very low on Mecole Hardman. And some people agree with me when I say that I'm low on Mecole Hardman, because he just has not progressed enough. He has not shown enough. I don't think he can play the X receiver role. I don't think he's a wide receiver too. He had increased targets this year and his production plateaued, and I just was not very impressed. But here's the thing. You'd be surprised how close Mecole Hardman and Demarcus Robinson are in players, and that's kind of sad when you consider the talent Mecole has and where he was picked as opposed to Demarcus Robinson. I mean, Demarcus Robinson was, a 4th round draft pick in 2016, and Mecole Hardman was a 2nd round draft pick in 2019. Now, Mecole Hardman's stats last year, this past season, right? He had 41 receptions for 560 yards and 4 touchdowns. Demarcus Robinson in 2020, not that far off. 45 receptions for 466 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's like Mecole Hardman. Demarcus Robinson should not be anywhere close to Mecole Hardman if he's the receiver you guys think he is. And the scary part is, despite fans being high on Mecole Hardman and all this stuff and wanting him to do good, Demarcus Robinson got more than 200 snaps more than Mecole Hardman last year. And I think that's telling in how the Chiefs feel about Mecole Hardman. Like, he just wasn't that involved in the offense, and to get him involved as kind of a last resort, the Chiefs put Mecole Hardman on kick and punt return, and he sucked even worse. Like, I cannot tell you how many times I pulled my hair out during games because Mecole Hardman is fair catching at the 5-yard line or fumbling a punt return, or he was atrocious. He only averaged 7 yards per punt return, and that was heavily inflated by a single punt return touchdown against the Miami Dolphins late in the year, and Mecole Hardman had a fumble in that game anyways. So Demarcus Robinson is a fine depth receiver, and I hate how this video has become more about Hardman than Robinson, but that's why this signing kind of scares me, because I don't see how Demarcus Robinson or how Mecole Hardman earns more snaps than Demarcus Robinson when you look at last year. Mecole Hardman should be outperforming him by now, and this year's really make or break for Hardman. And the fact that Robinson has a good chance of winning snaps over Hardman just scares me, because the Chiefs don't have much depth. And I don't know. I hate to make this a negative video. I think Demarcus Robinson is fine as a 3rd, 4th, 5th receiver, whatever. But he knows the offense too. But there's definitely reason to be concerned about the signing, and I wish the Chiefs maybe would have gotten someone different, maybe like an Alan Lazard type, but it's whatever. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if you agree, disagree. Make sure you like, share, subscribe so other Chiefs fans can find this. And make sure to check me out on www.showmefootball.com and check out my work on Arrowhead Addict. But that's all I got for today, guys. Peace.